I'm here in representation of George McDonald, and here are 3 core values as to which he's running on.
George is planning on cutting taxes, which will stimulate growth, which will then make up the difference on the budget.
He is also going to take away oppressive registration laws and promote greater freedom for gun owners.
McDonald also believes that states' rights are critically important and should be protected at all costs.
Vote for George McDonald and leave your competitors in the dust.
Good afternoon. Welcome to SSI News on Location. I am Lincoln Spitzer.
And I'm Elijah March. On Wednesday, the legislative track held their committee meetings and press conferences. Here's Kristen Denoyer with the story.
Here at the Capitol building, the legislators are in committee and press conferences are well underway. I have been able to speak with some of the representatives and senators to get their perspective on their overall confidence as a group, the meetings themselves, and final strategies for preparing for Friday. Here's what they have to say.
I think we have pretty good confidence. We've been studying a lot and we know the bill pretty well and we've been reviewing our arguments on it. So I think that we have a lot of good confidence going into this.
As a group, I think our confidence level has been very high ever since our first caucus meeting. I think we got a lot done.
Keep researching the bill and all its side effects, all the things that have to do with the bill, anything that can in any way relate to the bill is what we're going to find out.
Because I think there's a little bit of misinterpretation of some of the things that were said today, and we want to clear those up for Friday.
I think that with some more caucus meetings, we should have pretty good arguments for Friday.
For Friday, all of us are going to be working on expanding our arguments to make them easy to understand and to elaborate all that. We are now familiar with our team's opposition too, so on their arguments versus our arguments, we can incorporate all that into whatever we do on Friday.
We're just planning on studying more and taking a lot of what the lobbyists said and expounding on that, and I think winning is a great strategy, so hoping for that.
I had a lot of fun with it. I think we got a lot done.
It certainly looks like things are heating up for the legislative tracks, and we can look forward to the exciting conclusion to all their hard work this Friday. I'm Kristen Denoyer, reporting for SSI News on Location.
Ron Johnson is here to get the work done. Ron Johnson is here to protect your rights.
Ron Johnson is experienced, prepared, and ready to advocate for Michigan.
Ron Johnson is here for you.
The story of SSI started with one man, James E. Muffett. He was standing on a hill searching for truth, destiny, and purpose. Then he met another man with the same vision, and together they moved the galaxy. They took the necessary steps for safety and precaution of SSIers. It started with 12 students and only the legislative track. Over the years, SSI has grown to include media, judicial, business, and campaign.
How old am I? I am 1,000 years old.
Coming soon to the Mystery Channel.
Welcome back to SSI News on Location.
On Wednesday night, the campaign teams held a gubernatorial debate for their candidates. Here's the analysis.
Well, that was a rather heated debate, wasn't it, John?
I would say it very much was. I think a lot of the candidates had very strong ideas on their positions.
Yeah, I think the first half started off pretty slowly, but during the second half, I think things picked up pretty well.
Definitely. I know there was a lot of fiery discussion. I quite enjoyed watching it.
Oh yeah, it was Maple Party's nullification of the healthcare bill. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I think that's going to reflect pretty poorly in the polls. I know in previous years, governors have suggested taking nullification to a new level, and it did not work very well. So it's going to be interesting to see what the voters have to say about that, but I don't think it's going to work out well for them.
Yeah. Now, the emergency manager law, that got quite a few laughs from the Elm Party's Benjamin Plosky. He provided some comic relief there, but do you think they take their campaign seriously?
I must say I don't like his positioning on that. Although it was a welcome relief and sort of livened the mood, I don't think his lighthearted nature to such a serious issue was going to go over well.
Yeah. All three teams had some pretty big similarities, especially with education. It was almost exactly the same with all three of those, but they also had quite a few differences. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how it plays out throughout the rest of the year.
Certainly will, and I know although not all the questions about vouchers were asked, they certainly covered a lot of ground with that. So
yes, they did. Well, it'll be interesting to see how the campaign track does the rest of this week. So
yeah, it certainly will.
Back to you. Thank you, Josiah March and Jonathan Moan, for that analysis.
Now we turn over to Rebecca De Silva at the sports desk with continued coverage on SSI games.
Welcome to the SSI News Desk. I'm joined here today by Gloria Erickson and Colton Wesley. Glad to have you two here today.
It's great to be here. Let's roll the highlights.
On Tuesday, the SSI games happened inside the Doty Center due to weather. There were 8 teams competing in 8 events. They were all competing for the grand prize. All of them were representing a specific country. You can see them all very excited for the beginning of the games here.
And this was a lava flow that they started off with.
Taiwan got off to a pretty good start in this event, but really it was Tasmania who carried the day in this event. They did a really good job right from the get-go, led from start to
You
finish.
can see there, they finished first. And
Taiwan did a good job here. They come in second. They're off to a pretty good start themselves, and then down the stretch.
Gibraltar didn't even finish.
Down
way
at
at
the
the
bottom.
bottom.
Down in a hole.
Difficult start for Gibraltar. On to the cookie face race.
Now this, a favorite among
Many
everyone.
people.
All the students love this one. This is a great event. It's really just a cacophony at that point, just watching a lot of people down cookies. Trinidad and Tobago, they get the job done first, and Gibraltar.
They're still digging themselves out of
What a
struggle bus.
disappointment.
Very difficult start for Gibraltar. Trinidad and Tobago claim this event, and they move into second place in the overall standings.
Balloon relay.
And Tasmania at this point's in first, and Gibraltar is still at last.
And actually, what's interesting about this one, Tasmania really struggled in this event. A lot of teams struggled in this event. Some teams picked it up pretty quickly, but Tasmania, they come in last. It's the Faroe Islands who come out of nowhere to get this event.
Deducted a point because they used their teeth to hold the balloon.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very true. Faroe Islands get the win. Taiwan gets 7 points.
Yeah.
Tasmania finished last. They did finish.
Yeah.
But they do finish last.
Give
That
them
really
credit for that.
That really opens up the competition for everybody.
Balloon battle. Now,
this
this
was a
was
good one.
crazy to watch.
This is just a cacophony. You look at Tuva, really struggled right from the get-go. They were absolutely
Beaten on. And
Montenegro, some interesting tactics with the popping of the balloons with the hands, but
some people had techniques to pop balloons. But
the strategies were interesting here. Togo does a nice job. They get away with 9 balloons. They did a nice job. They set themselves up for a run in this tournament.
Saltine challenge.
Oh, this is a favorite. The students absolutely love this one. But Gibraltar, adding to their own woes. Guys, you can't do that.
I think they should be deducted a point for that one.
They were deducted a point for that one. Togo, going right along. They're doing their job. And once again, they win this one. Tasmania coming in second, though. That's important.
Yes.
Hula hoop lower. At this point, Togo is in the lead. Tasmania is in second. Gibraltar is still last.
Well, Togo wouldn't be able to hold the lead for long. Taiwan got off to a really good start. Looked like they were going to win, and then
oh, wow.
They rule it a tie between Tasmania and Taiwan.
Overlooked there. The official called it first.
Exactly. Tasmania get the points. Taiwan finished second. And Togo,
they were way behind.
Couldn't even get the hoop to the ground, and they drop out of first place.
Below Gibraltar. Four-legged race. Now
this is where Tasmania and Togo are in first and second.
Only 2 events left at this point. Tasmania and Togo separating themselves from the field here. They did a really nice job. Togo would go on to win this event. Interesting strategies here.
Yeah.
Yes.
A little bit of dragging, but
slamming.
Yeah. And Togo went, and Tasmania was second there.
The hula hoop relay, the last game.
Only 2 teams in at this point, Tasmania and Togo. And of course, the big question.
Will Gibraltar redeem themselves?
And get last or...
Well, this is a pretty even event throughout. They did a nice job getting the job done for the most part. Most teams did. But Tasmania, just too much quality, too fast,
That
too strong.
agility.
A frustrating day for Togo. They end up 5th in this event, 2nd overall. They just couldn't get the job done. And Gibraltar didn't finish last.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
But Tasmania goes on to win the SSI Games.
I have spent the last 5 years of my life training myself for the SSI Games. By understanding the cruel mind of Zach Weston, you can mentally prepare for every part of his sadism. Between that and being able to think through all of the challenges and work together well as a team, we were able to sports harder than everyone else, but everybody else sportsed really well.
It was really touching that they let me stay in this country for the great country of Tasmania.
It's such an honor to be able to do this for them. I couldn't be prouder of my homeland, and it's truly an honor. Very much so. Go Tasmania.
So Tasmania took the gold home. What do you guys think were their keys to success?
Well, I think John Moan had it absolutely right. They simply sports harder than the other team's sports. Although the other teams did sports very hard. They've been preparing for this for a long time. They love representing their country. They did a really, really good job on Tuesday. They brought a lot of energy to the table. They deserve to win this.
Yeah, I think they also had a lot of teamwork involved in that, and it really pushed to the end of every challenge. So that really put forward towards their gold.
Absolutely. Now, what are your views on those questionable moments, like the balloon in the mouth and the hand helping pull the hula hoop along? Do you think we should be more strict as to rules for next year? How do we enforce those, or do we not?
I mean, it's a hard question because you don't have that many people observing everything, so it's hard to put everyone everywhere to see every little detail of it. So I think, with replay and stuff like that, you can see what goes on and that sort of thing.
It would be really nice to have a set of officials maybe working full-time on the SSI staff, with the black and white shirts and the whole 9 yards, maybe captain's challenges, different things that we could add to the games to get these calls right. And maybe we just need to add a couple of rules to clarify some things. But overall, I think the officials did a pretty good job, and the right team did end up winning.
Yeah. Now, how about Gibraltar?
That was a sad.
What was up with Gibraltar? They just couldn't get the job done. They
It was a
really
sad
struggled throughout
affair.
the whole game, or
Yeah.
throughout the whole set of games. What do you think?
I think that they just didn't have it together. They just didn't have any teamwork involved in it. So
if they had at least, shown some ethics, they had the water there, completely ruined their reputation there.
Really tough times for Gibraltar. They just couldn't dig themselves out of the hole. But overall, it was a really good game. It was really good games. Tasmania deserved to win. It was a lot of fun. I think the students really enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Thank you both for being here. Congratulations to everyone, especially Tasmania, for the gold. Let's go on to a break now and then come back with some more SSI news on location.
Arthur Jackson of the Maple Party has experience voicing the will of the people in the House of Representatives and in the Senate. Jackson will design a budget that will enable him to give the people a choice in education, protect states' rights regarding health care, and defend the voice of the unborn. Remember, vote for Jackson this Thursday.
Voice. Choice.
Jackson.
This brings us to the end of our broadcast, but before we go, here's a quick update on the weather.
After all the flash flooding, it looks like things are finally going to dry up and return to normal.
Hot.
I'm Elijah March.
And I'm Lincoln Spitzer, signing off for SSI News on Location.